they do it. So sorry about the noise in the background. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, why did she say she's working like she's going to pay her husband's bride price? Sure, that may sound strange to some people. Funny too. Tell me, do women pay the men's bride price where you're from? Or does the man do the paying of the bride price? How does it work? Who pays, the woman or the man? Just random talk, keep me busy while I'm on this walk. Hi guys, and if you're just meeting me, my name is Mama J. I'm walking to the stadium. They don't open up the stadium to the general public till around I think 8 a.m. I'm not sure. So, and of course I want to make sure I meet my minimum of 10,000 daily steps. I usually like to take a walk to the stadium first. More like I use it like a warm-up, because normally before you do any like serious exercise, you have to warm up first. So I use the walking to achieve that. I've been burping so much. I'm not sure if it's the oats I had yesterday. And it's funny. I don't know why I'm so stubborn. I'm not supposed to be taking milk, but I was tempted and I took some yesterday, and that's why any kind of meal, food, anything that you're asked to stop doing, best way to live a healthy life is by making sure you don't keep those contraband in your house. It's like saying no more chocolates or no more bread or no more pizza. But you have bread staring at you, or you have pizza staring at you. How are you going to stay disciplined? So it's a lesson I learned yesterday. And for some reasons I just had milk in the house. It wasn't something I wanted to have, but I just had it in the house. And then I was working, I got tired, and then I found myself drinking some. That's such a serious lack of discipline, but there's nothing I can do about that now. I have to sweat it out. That's why we had an exciting session 2 days ago in the stadium, and we're off to another exciting session where I'll show you if possible more than one, but the focus, like I said, is jump rope. I took yesterday off so that I could rest. Remember that no matter how much you want to shed weight fast, you didn't give it in one day. And healthy lifestyle is a journey. It's not something you do for 1 month. It's supposed to be continuous. So yesterday, so much noise, so busy. Today's Friday. I have to take the day off to rest. Like rest my legs, rest my calves, hydrate, avoid the sun. Okay, not really avoid the sun, but just rest. I think I slept for about 7 hours, and I woke up and I did some work, went back to bed. I slept for another, had a nap, a 2-hour nap, I think. I'm not sure now, I lost track. But I think worst case scenario 1 hour. And and I woke up feeling so much stronger. And that's why sleep is so crucial and important for healthy living. You mustn't joke with sleep. And I know that you may have a very tight schedule, but trust me, if you can put in sleep into your daily routine, you will never regret it. Never regret it. And the body heals when you rest. Rest. I never used to rest. Always on the move. But I had to learn it the hard way, and it wasn't such a good experience for me, because the older you get, and especially if you're not eating right, your immune system weakens. You are basically what you eat, and you are basically your lifestyle. And I think at some point my lifestyle became really poor. So here's me walking, very visible. I'm sure you can hear all the noise in the background. Busy road, so much noise and so much activity. But I've got to do this. I mean, this morning I had like 1,001 excuses or reasons why. Why is this camera looking like this? So I had like 1,001 reasons why I felt I didn't need to do this, because I'm so stressed out, I'm so tired, but I have to keep moving. So the weather is, I mean, still early hours of the day. Not so early, but you can hear all the noise in the background. Everybody's moving around already. I mean, this is Lagos, Nigeria. The city never sleeps. Never sleeps. People are always on the move, going somewhere. It's all good. I just think this time around, I really need to be intentional about what I'm doing. I'm not just, I need to be very clear on my purpose, clear on my goals, and be patient with myself and disciplined. And I think it's something you can also apply. And it's not just, this is not just for being healthy or weight loss. It applies to your career, being consistent, patient, disciplined, work hard. It also applies to your lifestyle generally. I mean, if you want to be successful in life, if you really want good results in anything, if you're preparing for an exam, you're trying to live healthy, if you want to get promoted at work, anything good, you've got to work hard already. You've got to work hard. Good morning. You've got to work hard, and you've got to stay motivated. And when I mean stay motivated, you have to motivate yourself. Because most times we wait for people to motivate us. We wait for people to validate. But it doesn't always end up that way. Because sometimes you may be blessed, you may be lucky to meet people that believe in you, encourage you, push you to do more, work harder. Always doesn't end up that way. Always. Not like you, but not all the time. You can also meet selfish people who are more focused on how they'd rather help themselves at your expense. which is why I said your health goals have to be well defined, and they have to be realistic. Wow. Some guy just fell off the bike now. He was probably trying to avoid the car. So you have to be very clear on your goals, what you want to achieve, what kind of life you want to live, and maybe if you need to cut people off, you know, those kind of people that take you backward, that don't encourage you. I mean, that's not to say you shouldn't be ready for criticism. Don't get me wrong. You probably would be criticized. Oh, why are you trying to be happy? Why do you want to stop doing this? Why do you want to stop doing that? 1,001 reasons. But just be clear what you want to achieve for yourself. You really don't have to explain your goals to anyone. And this is part of what I have learned the hard way. I mean, when I started to recommit, well, I've recommitted many times, but I remember one specific year, I made up my mind I was going to go to the gym, I was going to eat right, and I'm not sure exactly what went wrong, but I think within 2-3 months, I was seeing massive changes, massive results. These changes or wins weren't obvious to me then. I think I took them for granted. And then, but I remember distinctly, I became stronger, I started fitting better into my clothes. And then I started hearing comments like, oh, you're getting so skinny. Your head is getting bigger. No, you look sick. You need to stop. And somehow I think I let those words get to me and I stopped. Forgetting that their goal is not mine. And of course, I had so many things I needed to fix. I needed to fix my gut health. I needed to fix my hormones. Well, primarily, gut health affects every other thing. And then, because my gut health wasn't fixed, started having, sugar spikes. And I'm not really a fan of sugar. In reality, that's really what happened. So basically, all my story and epistle is to say, want to do something, just go ahead and get it done, irrespective of what anybody thinks. Just get it done. As long as you know that you're right. As long as you know that you're right, you're doing the right thing for the right reasons. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. Doing the right thing for the right reasons. And most of these things I'm telling you are applicable not just for your lifestyle, okay, not just for healthy living. It applies to your lifestyle, your dreams, mission. Oh, someone saying hi. Oluwatobi, hi. Ernest, hi. On my walk to the stadium, I kind of like set a target for myself. So I want to see how fast it will take me. Normally, I just take a mild stroll. I don't rush, no pressure. Still no pressure, but I want to see how fast I can go. But of course, bearing in mind I'm walking at the same time I'm talking, so careful so I don't gas out while moving. How you guys doing? Where are you watching from? Hi. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Tell me, how do you start your day? Do you take a walk? Do you exercise? Do you work out? When I was working in the corporate world, I never really used to have time for this. But now, since I started my consulting business, I mean, it's been almost 2 years now. The first year, life has been a struggle to balance my life. I think one of the major problems I've ever had is finding balance. I work so hard, many times, you're workaholic. It's just about work. I work so hard sometimes I forget to eat, I forget to rest, and even when I remember I have to eat, I'll remember, let's say, around 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Like, obviously, I'm an adult. I should know better that this is not good, but no, I still keep doing the same thing over and over again. I find myself, I will work sometimes till 11 p.m., 1 a.m. I mean, at times fulfillment is working. I love what I do. The things that I do for one thing. But there should always be balance. I think that's the major challenge I have. I just have to own up to it. And that's why I keep falling by the wayside. And I'm human. And I quite understand that you may have experienced finding that. I mean, I think a lot of people also have that problem finding the balance, because what do you interpret as life balance? Like, how do you know when to draw the line and say this is enough? Like, if you don't work, you don't eat, right? So, but then, for someone like me who wants to always stand out, I always like giving it my best. No matter where I find myself. If it's on the job, if you give me something to do, I always like it to be 150%. But bro, that's a killer. It's a killer. Always wanting to be perfect will kill you, because you will consistently face burnout. You most likely will not even hear thank you for all you do. You feel cheated at some point if you're not getting the kind of feedback you want, which I experienced for so long. Because all the jobs I worked at, I was always top 10. If they ask for this report, 2 seconds, I'm there. If they give us this task, boom, I'm done. I always want, pretty competitive, but not to the point where I'll be throwing people under the bus. No, I don't do that. I have a conscience. But I've always had the ambition to be good. And when I realized, well, I don't want to say I realized late, but I wish I had realized 10 years ago that this pace would not be sustainable in the next, like now. Definitely you get older every time. I just figured no. I said no. Just take a look at it. If anything happens to you on your job, what do you think will happen? They'll replace you fast. We'll get somebody else to do the job. And which is why it's important to take care of your health. And I made up my mind in 2025, June, because I've always had a problem in putting me first. I made up my mind in June to put myself first, because I realized that I was dying slowly, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Spiritually, I tried. but mentally I was losing it. I became a recluse. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to receive calls. Now that it's like saying I was already getting depressed. And many people else I just think that your life is so perfect. No way. It's not. What if it looks like? So I mean, like this channel, for instance, I've had this channel for like 5 years. I used it the first year I opened this channel. I used it for 3 months. I mean, if you take a look at my videos, you see that there are some videos I did 4 years ago. After a few months, I dumped the channel because I just was in a bad space for about 4 or 5 years thereabout. And I started picking my life back. So much of transition, so much of loss and grief. Story of my life, story for another day. So I had given everything for my job, for family, for life. And I woke up one day and I asked myself, what have I even achieved? Like, it just looked like the whole hustle was a waste of time. Like, no. It just looked like the whole hustle was a waste of time. Like I was hustling for the wrong reasons. Like I wanted people to be always pleased with me, you know, to say good things about me, to like me. And I just made up my mind this year, I am done. I don't really care what you think about me, what you feel. I'm going to be making decisions that suit me. You know? And I know that may sound selfish to you. I'm not meaning to come off as selfish, but this is me coming from a place where I am giving my all so many people for years. And when I mean years, I mean 20 years at least. So I said, no more. This time, so what I did, because I have other channels on YouTube, I have Brand Story School with Dr. H, I have a finance channel, and I have the African folklore channel. So one day I stumbled on this one and I said, well, this channel is still here. What am I going to do with you? And I know that when I was younger, I used to always write things in the diary. I had such a sad day today, or I had an exciting day today, or I just made 10 new friends today, you know, those kind of stuff. When you're younger and you're writing all those lovely dovey stuff and everything. But I was like, who even has that time? I'm going to start writing. So it just came to me that okay, why don't I convert this channel into my personal blog, like my diary, where I'm not only speaking to myself, I'm speaking to men and women who are probably going through what I'm going through, or have overcome what I'm going through. Nothing special, just something that I can document. Trusting that I grow and learn in the process. Someone else. Hi, Emmanuel. Am I seeing Efa Young there? Oh, my brother. My brother. Good morning, Emmanuel. How are you doing today? How's your night? Thank you for joining me online. Basically it. So this is kind of like me using this to keep myself accountable. What's the time now? That's it. Use this to keep myself accountable and you know, make sure that a minimum, if I can do 5 days a week, I deserve a medal. But at least a minimum of 3 days a week, with your help, with you keeping me accountable, that I can just get this done as quickly as possible. And just basically try and do my best. In as much as I've been talking about setting goals and targets, I like to be very real and realistic with myself. And this is not to give an excuse to be lazy or irresponsible or anything, or start going backward on all I've been saying. It's just to calm myself down. Bro, you're not competing with anybody. The focus is to be 1% better than who I was yesterday today. That is my mantra this year. I don't know what it is going to be next year, but the focus is to be... You can't understand if you've lived a life of being lonely. Like you have people around you, but you still feel like you're alone. Do you get that kind of feeling? Like you're surrounded with people. You're always there for people. People will call you for help. Sometimes you end up so emotionally drained, but you don't ask yourself, okay, who can I talk to? It's not that they're not people to talk to. They may not just understand your sense of reasoning. You get? But I mean, this is just me musing, and this is just me ranting and while I take my warm-up walk. I am already breaking out sweat. But what kind of sweat? And I'm glad I made the decision to do this for myself. Normally, by 7 a.m. I'm already working. I'm already working. I want to make that money. I'm already in a hurry. I want to make that money. And but you find out for money without good health. It doesn't make any sense. He will hear you. He has. What's the essence of making all that money and you're not healthy to enjoy the money? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So why don't I just take 2 hours? I don't think that's so bad in 24 hours. But I just thought to myself, why don't I just take 2 hours every day to take care of me, physically, mentally, spiritually? I'm sure I would feel better if I do that. We as humans, we tend to take our health for granted. We tend to take our men. People are already on the edge, on the verge of losing it. They don't even know they're on the edge of losing it. They think they're still normal. They think everything is still okay. And then, boom, one thing happens and they go gaga. And that's why you see people just wake up, they say, oh, she killed herself yesterday. Or, oh, he killed himself last night. He drank cyanide. Or he took cyanide. He took poison. Or, oh, she stabbed her husband to death. Or, people's mental state of health is highly threatened in this day and age. And the digital space is not even helping because people have so many, what do I call it now? So many social media, I think, really high standards, some unbelievable and unrealistic standards that make people aspire for what they possibly cannot get. And I'm not trying to be negative here. You have to build a strong level of contentment. It's so important. Contentment and self-care. Self-care, luxury. It's a responsibility you have to yourself. So no matter the money you're making, no matter how hard you feel you're working, if you can sacrifice, which is what I'm doing now, so help me God, 2 hours. 1 hour is not bad to start out. Or 15 minutes, you can start with 15 minutes. From 15 minutes, you move on to 30 minutes. From 30 minutes, you move on to, I don't know how, just, progress. Progress, not that you stay at 15 minutes for a year, no. 15 minutes, maybe after a few months, you move on to, or when you feel stronger, you move on to 30 minutes. When you feel stronger, you move on to 1 hour. But that being said, I'm almost at the stadium, so I'm going to need to, don't forget to subscribe though. So I'm going to need to end this session in a bit because I need to set up my tripod and I'll come back live again so you can see me blow that jump rope workout, but it's been an interesting conversation and I had an amazing talk. So I'll come back live in another 10 minutes this time because I need to set up and I need to drop my phone so that I can put everything. So stay with me, don't go anywhere. I'll be live in the next 10 minutes, right? So see you soon.